Hey, what's up everyone? We're back with another episode, some more dinner, and another anime review.
Yeah, and you may be wondering why we have these weird ears on our head. And
We're furries now.
yeah, we watched Beastars. Beastars.
Netflix's venture into the furry world.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're going to get into it.
Yes.
But should we check on the Nabe?
Yeah.
It's looking good. It's looking good. I'm really hungry. We're going to try and not do spoilers in this one as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do our best.
So it's just set in this high school, right?
Yeah, but
Definitely
it's very adult high school.
It's a real high school,
Yeah.
you know, with all the dramas and the sex and the gangs.
Yeah, well, like there's this. It starts with a murder, and and this is what it kind of. It starts with that, and they're trying to find out who murdered this kid, but it's also about a wolf whose name is Legoshi, and kind of his coming of age. He's a wolf and a predator, but he's trying to suppress his predatory urges, and is trying to be all nice and cool and really standoffish when it comes to predator stuff.
So even though it's animals, it's pretty relatable, I think, to the average high school experience of trying to figure stuff out, like what is this? What is this I'm feeling?
Yeah.
There's some really interesting characters as well. Like a lot of stuff happens in this show, I feel. Especially towards the end. No spoilers though. It gets pretty dramatic, but the characters are what really did it for me.
Yeah, I think the characters and I'm not gonna say story, but maybe dialogue. Because the story is a bit flimsy because it kind of jumps a little bit from places to places sometimes. It doesn't ruin the anime, but
the thing at the end, it kind of just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it.
No.
I thought it was cool.
It's not like it makes it like, oh no, I can't watch it. It's not like that. It's just that it's not the high point of the series. I think the high point of the series is definitely characters, as you said, and also like the dialogue, like all the thoughts that go through Legoshi's mind and how they show the thoughts. Not show, but like, the camera, how they have the camera and like how they use the colors and they kind of like darken things sometimes.
Yeah, it was really like stylized.
Yeah.
And we'll get into like the animation and what they did with it like later on. But
yeah.
Do you want to talk about your favorite character or your least favorite character?
I love Legoshi. Like I'm not a furry, don't get me wrong, but he was hot.
But if you were,
if I was,
it would be
the
Legoshi.
one. But I also liked Haru.
Haru was great.
I think she was really relatable as a woman.
Yeah, like
maybe as a man as well, but I think she was very like easy to relate to in the sense of trying to.
You felt like you understood what she was doing, like as a woman and as a prey animal. I thought that was really. It came across clearly.
Yeah, and Haru is a small little bunny.
Oh yeah, she's so cute.
Yeah, big boobs.
She's got big boobs,
She's hot.
She developed early.
In the world. She's hot in the world, and basically she sleeps around a lot. And
spoilers.
Well, that's kind of like the second episode.
It's kind of wow.
She's like the.
Does she sleep around a lot?
Well,
I only remember
is the thing that they call her a slut.
Yeah.
She's bullied and they call her a slut because these girls think that she's stealing their boyfriends, and they keep like pushing her out and they bully her, and but she's trying to like not give a fuck and like but you kind of understand.
And she's doing it to protect herself.
Yeah,
like as many women and rabbits probably do. But she's also like the sole member of the gardening club.
Yeah,
she's the only one, and she's killing it.
Yeah, she is.
She has a like that's not a spoiler, right? She has
No.
her like own stand at a festival later on in the series, and you know she's doing her best.
Yeah.
She's keeping it running. She's representing for the gardeners out there. So good on her. No, I liked Haru. She was great.
Yeah.
What did you think of Rui?
I hated him, but I understand where he's coming from, but I hated him.
He was also doing things.
I think he was a good character.
I think he was a great
I just
character.
didn't like him.
Maybe
I
you're
just
not
thought
supposed to.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's probably the point. But there were some points where I thought, oh, maybe they're trying to like make people like him, but I just like, ugh, fuck off.
But similar to Haru, you kind of felt like he was a prey animal that was doing these things.
Oh yeah, he was the opposite of Legoshi.
He was a foil to Legoshi.
Yeah, and Rui is a deer.
Yeah, but he's like the top
alpha.
He's like the boy. He's the head boy. He's in all the... Everyone loves him. Kind of a little bit too much sexual tension with Legoshi at some points. Did you feel?
I didn't feel it, but...
I will show you the scenes again because...
But maybe a little bit, but sometimes also I think it's one of those things that push people to do fan fiction.
You think it was baiting?
Yeah.
Do you think it was baiting?
Maybe. I don't know what the manga's like. Maybe the manga actually goes there, but...
Oh, no, I don't think it would go there, but I'm just wondering if there's, you know, something that can be read into that's...
Well, he's
to do with his character.
Well, maybe, because he's trying to be, like, all manly and predatory, and...
Maybe it was like a dominance thing.
It's all about toxic masculinity, basically.
Maybe it was, maybe it's in his head to, like, to create that sexual tension, to, you know, once again, dominate through sex, as he may do with any other characters. Who knows?
But, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just like...
I don't want to read... When he hurts his leg, and he's got to keep on going because that's what he's got to do as a leader and also a prey animal. He can't seem weak. You know he was a dickhead, but
I'm not saying there were points from like
he was a good, well-rounded character.
But we talked about this when we were watching it. I was like, I hate him. And there's probably going to be some sob backstory about him being, you know, abused or whatever.
The classic. The get out of jail free card.
Yeah, the get out of jail free card. They create this dickhead of a character. And you're like, oh, I hate him. And then like, oh, well, you know, his dad hit him as a kid. Or, oh, he didn't get to play baseball with all the other kids.
Coming for you, my hero. So, were there any side characters that you particularly liked?
I don't know. I just kept trying to figure out, like, what animal is that? Is that a mongoose? Is it an anteater? I like the anteater. He was pretty cool. But I think there were a lot of side characters, but not many that you got to know too well. It was mainly about like four.
You had like the roommate. You had the drama club. There was Juno.
Yeah,
I
wanted to like her, but
I did like her. Because she's
fucking crazy.
So innocent. Yeah. I'm so innocent. But she's got a motivation.
She's a yandere.
Yeah.
Bitch.
And you want that in a wolf, I feel. You want the slightly unhinged one.
Well,
it's going to be a bit of an opposite to Legoshi, just to show how different Legoshi actually is.
Maybe. But I think maybe they could have gone into depth with a little bit more side characters. It would have been nice to like get to know some. But it wasn't necessary. Maybe they're building up towards later.
They had a main story to deal with in 24 episodes.
Well, the whole thing about you saying about it going, you know, sort of in the end
felt like they had a time limit.
But they did kind of use a character who wasn't. They could have used. I think that they could have utilized the side characters a little bit more in the end. If you know what I mean. Spoiler alert.
So when there's a blackout, on the Matsuri.
Campus, yeah.
Yeah, in the Matsuri. And all the predators go and protect the side character prey animals. I loved that. My heart melted. I was,
What does that have to do with... Oh, okay.
I'm talking about side characters.
Yeah.
Like, the side characters are important, and it really showed like the community as a whole, maybe.
Yeah.
Which I thought was great.
It kind of showed that animals are better than people.
Absolutely. Especially ones with human hands and weird that wear clothes.
I love that they have clothes that are tailored to like their tails and ears and stuff.
Yeah, her pants. Her little bunny pants. Great. What do you think about like how it was styled then? Like the
animation.
and the anthropomorphic. Yeah, and we can talk about the whole styling. Like, stop saying like, Gabby, I swear to God.
I was surprised at how much I liked the animation because I rarely like CG, but they kind of did something. I'm not an artist, so I don't know what stuff is called, but they kind of did something to the animation that made it feel like CG, but it also was like not cell shaded, but the kind of outlines that they had on the characters and everything made it look really good. And it didn't look too hacky, is that the word? Like CG sometimes just looks like it's like, you know, it just looks really awkward in the movements. And I thought that the movements that the characters made were really smooth.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
I thought it was the best example of a CG anime I've seen. They're finally getting it. 2020, the time of CG. I mean, I'm not going to say it's all the way there yet, but it's getting there.
And then the intro that was like a felt stop animation.
Loved it.
Yeah, stop motion.
Absolutely loved it. It was so cool. I loved the song. The animation was gorgeous. Oh, I was so happy.
Yeah, that would be good as just like a short film.
Yeah, I would watch that. I will watch that.
I kind of like when they have it like that in intros and not just like random pictures of people, but more like a sort of story.
Another example of something that did like a really wacky intro. Like, well, I think of Furikuri's ending with the live action stop motion Ride on Shooting Star one. I mean, everyone loves that ending, right?
Yeah.
And that was, but I can't think. Unfortunately, the ending song to Beastars is pretty generic.
The video's good.
Yeah, it's fine, but I didn't feel like emotional connection to it.
Nah, but it's
It
better
also
than love.
It doesn't help that Netflix is like, I'm gonna play you the next episode now.
Yeah.
So
hardly watched.
We didn't get a chance to fall in love with that one.
No, that is true.
No.
I thought it had a good mix of drama, and they did put in a bit of comedy in there sometimes, which was good. Not too much between like the main characters, but like sort of like side things that made it funny. And like, you know, when the animals have like a break time and they go to their like natural habitat and things like.
Oh, that was cute.
Yeah.
The
It's
world
weird things. I'm not getting
building.
this.
The world building
Yeah.
was both familiar. I know that's difficult on there as much. You'll see me in the video struggling with them before. So the world building was like, it's familiar because it's a high school, but there's all these strange concepts that you only afterwards you think, oh yeah, of course they go to the reptile room.
But at the same time, you're like, what the fuck is this show? Like, you're sitting there like, this is just so weird. And it reminded me of, it's not really anime, but it's an animation. Felidai, a German film from way back.
Seen it.
Where it's not human, like, you know, animals, but it's just cats. And there's a scene where they like have sex, and it's just like, you're watching it and you're like, oh, like, and it's kind of like made to be like a little bit sexy, and it's just like, you just feel so weird watching like two cats have sex. And it's not, it's not that graphic in Beastars, but it's
everyone's very sexual though.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
And not only like the sexual stuff, but like these weird things. And you're just like, what? Like your mind just like can't comprehend some of the things.
But at the same time,
it's awesome.
Made sense.
Yeah.
The author who's it's on 17 volumes of this now.
Okay, I didn't know it was. I thought it was finished.
Yeah, no, it started way back. And I'm really interested to pick it up for the very reason that the world seems so well thought out, well constructed. The characters have depth. They're not just, oh, I'm a wolf and I like the bunnies and...
Are wolves Italian?
Was that Italian?
I don't know.
It was wolf.
I like the bunnies.
I like the bunnies. You cook them, you eat them. It wasn't just generic anime.
No.
Shit.
That was one thing, talking about bunnies,
Oh.
is how they portrayed Legoshi's desire for Haru, and you weren't really sure if he wanted to eat her or fuck her. It was like...
But again,
the primal instincts.
A metaphor for the lust. Did he want to just consume her and then be done? Or did he want something more?
That was messy.
Oh, well. I was making a really nice point.
Sorry.
Should I do it again? I don't know. We're going to cut that.
No. I'll keep it in there just for the...
We're going to have some nice...
The charisma.
Oh. Should we give it a rating?
Yeah. I think so. I like rating things, and I've already rated it, so... I personally give it an 8 out of 10. Maybe towards an 8.5, because I wanted to kind of give it a 9, but it felt like it was lacking a little bit story-wise. That was the only part I thought that they could have made it more, what's the word? Concise, maybe? Is that the word? Yeah, just like more like, just jumped a little bit too much and without a warning. Even with like the introduction of like Juno, it was kind of like out of nowhere. It would have been cool if you'd have like seen her walking around, or just like a comment somewhere just to like kind of ease her in. And the same with the ending bit. They kind of could have mentioned it, if you've watched it, mentioned that thing earlier on, and kind of, maybe they did and I missed it, but like, not bad. Not saying it's horrible, but there were just a few things that I thought that could have been tweaked. And maybe I'll think differently with the second season. It might like tie the loose ends, and
we're definitely watching the second season,
yeah, definitely,
right?
Yeah.
Sucks that we have to wait till 2021. That's the problem.
Since it wasn't anime, I was like, oh, it'll probably come out in like fall, and then it's like 2021.
No,
like,
we have to wait a year. I'm also gonna give it an 8, but for me that's really high. I'm pretty harsh with my ratings. So for that to get an 8 is pretty
good.
It's a momentous occasion. Well done, Beastars.
Yeah, it was well done.
Love the characters.
Must say, it is also a little bit fun that there is a woman who made it.
A furry.
Oh, is she a furry?
I don't know. But now
you're a furry, so
I don't.
Maybe you didn't think Legoshi was as hot as I thought he was.
Definitely not, but you know, I have an appreciation. I can see what
Well, I'm like,
see where you're coming from.
I'm more like, I can kind of picture what he looks like as a human. The same with Rui. Remember when he first came out and he started talking, you're like, oh my god, I know what he looks like as a regular anime character. What a dick.
Yeah. Well, this is it's a win for furries, I think, because I feel like I understand them a bit more now.
I wouldn't go. I mean,
I'm not gonna start putting on a fursuit.
I don't mean that. Like, I have nothing against furries.
Absolutely not.
I know a few, but I don't think it speaks for furries. But maybe you can kind of see the fascination with animal. Humans a bit more.
Yeah. So it's opened my eyes, and for that I give it a solid 8.
Yeah. A solid 8.
Plus the storytelling, and even if it wasn't animals, even if it was like a class thing or a race thing,
would have been as good.
Probably not. No, but the way it was told, the way the characters are, I still would have enjoyed it a lot. So,
yeah.
So thanks, Beastars. It's been a blast. It's been a be last stars. keeping
been
that in.
beast-terrific.
It's been beastly in the best way.
What a beast. Are we gonna keep doing this?
Beast of a...
What a beast of a show.
What a... It was great.
Beasterful.
We really loved it.
It was great. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's on Netflix.
Definitely. We've tried to keep it as spoiler light as possible.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen it, check it out. I'm definitely going to start reading the manga because I'm intrigued. And yeah, season 2, bring it on.
Yeah, definitely. Can't wait for that.
Yeah. I'm glad we were able to do a positive one this time.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Ooh.
We don't hating on we don't like hating on things too much, right?
Nah, I like to find something good in everything. But Beastars, it was like I'm trying to find something bad.
Yeah, absolutely. It was
Yeah.
the other way around. So
Yeah.
we enjoyed it. And we hope you did too.
Yeah.
We enjoyed watching our little show, watching us eat and be merry
Be messy.
and be messy. We'll see you next time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I want my egg, but I didn't dare to take it because I couldn't fucking pick it up.
I got the spoons.
I did it.
I got the spoons. It's very purpose.